Hello and welcome to Life of the Party. We are NyxRising Industries. I'm JD, your Dungeon Master. Are we ready to go?
Yes!
Let's begin. We last caught up with our adventurers trekking across the flooded hills in search of Sanskra, the mangrove swamps, and the rumour of a fallen star. On their travels, they've encountered a vicious troll, a sea hag with some merrow accompaniments, a rather troubling river to cross, and most recently, some bandits in the dark. They've encountered the bandits, initially fled after encountering some arcane devices that the bandits used against them, before regrouping and sneaking back up on the bandits, where they took out 3 of them. We find ourselves at the top of the hill, facing away from the bandit camp, but ready to make a move on it and do what they may with the remaining 3 bandits. You've searched and found a fair amount of loot and treasure. You've left the bodies behind, and you're making your way towards the bandit camp on the cover of night.
So we have Elyse disguised
as the leader,
and me disguised as the one we interrogated, the balding human guy.
And I will. Do you mind if I tie you up and take you as our prisoner? So I'll tie some rope around Astra's, but like very loosely, so that it just looks like you're tied up. But if you needed to do something in battle, you could just.
Astra is quite despondent and just sort of like, yeah, sure, like very sort of quiet as things are happening.
And then I'll turn to Renard and say, "You take that necklace off of me."
I hold up a necklace with 4 animal heads on it.
Can I Arcana check the necklace?
Yeah.
Because the guy did say it was the necklace that let the bandit leader transform. That will be 12.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, as always.
Elyse coming in through the gate.
Dumb bitch.
You're not using the spell Detect Magic, so you can't detect the arcane presence. But what you do see are 4 small heads. So you see what seems to be a boar's head, a tiger's head, a wolf's head, and a bear's head. Okay? About the size of like an acorn each, carved out of wood, and with small inscriptive writing around each one.
So it was a tiger, a boar,
There.
And a wolf.
a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sariel still a wolf right now?
She's
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I will gladly let you take it off my hands.
I think this could be fun. And also, I'm disguised as the guy who used it, so it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I will. Would it be weird if I put it on? Will it look like I'm
It
wearing
just
2
melds
of them
into the
because
illusion.
of the disguise
It
stuff?
melds
Okay,
into the
cool.
illusion.
I will put that on. Can we look at the bandit camp and pinpoint some areas where we think these 3 should lie in wait?
Okay.
Just in
So
case.
you're currently 200 meters away. You're on the first hill where you initially saw them. So 200 meters to the east, you see the hill that kind of broke off halfway and had like a slope coming down. So there's the ridge that you climbed up, which comes from basically the south, or you could go from the north, which is directly interfacing the camp. You could come from east and west as well.
It would be, I guess, maybe useful to have you guys at 2 different points, but that means someone would be on their own.
I'm fine being on my own.
So that seems wise. Have these 2 to back each other up and.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like raise an eyebrow in wolf form if that's like to insinuate, look at me, I'm a fucking wolf.
The wolf just raised.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Have they got a campfire going still?
You can see the faint flickers of light. Yes.
Actually, yeah. Can we see if they're still in there and the dogs?
From this distance, you can't see because you're still a fair amount away.
You can all see in the dark, can't you?
Yeah.
I say if anything goes wrong, can any of you spellcasters put out the campfire?
Yes.
Put them at disadvantage?
Should you be on your own though if you can't see in the
Yeah,
dark?
that's a good point. Maybe
I
you
I'll
2
stay
together.
back, I
and-
have a ranged weapon now.
Maybe I should go with you.
Or maybe you should go on the top of the.
Yeah,
Crap.
that's where I first spied on them.
No problem, I can go around to the top.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a
it'd be
good
more
viewpoint.
useful if you can get into the camp rather than out of the way.
Okay.
Okay, so run up on top, and you 2 maybe around the, like, hidden by the rocks on either side of the entrance.
And you 3 will approach from the front.
Yeah.
Maybe you can try and talk to the dogs.
Yeah. I will try.
And
If they come too close, not.
Try and make friends with them.
Astra,
But
can
if
you be
they're loyal
prepared
to
to put the
the
campfire
masters,
out?
they might not be able to
Is
do
that something you can do?
Yes,
Uh,
equipped.
Did we really hear what the two people we're disguised as sounded like before we murdered them?
I mean, you heard that
Yeah,
one
we got a
speaking
good
a
enough
fair
handle
bit.
on that guy.
The guy with the crossbow didn't get a chance to talk.
Before
He was paralysed. Oh no, the guy
I'm
turned into
talking
the
about
were-rat.
Yeah, the
Rat
were-rat
man.
We
guy.
kind of heard him roar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you didn't
pretty
hear,
sure all
you
we
didn't
heard
hear him
was him.
speak.
So maybe you do most of the talking and I'll just handle Astra and we'll say we took this one prisoner and killed the rest
Sure.
and see if we can spot the rangers in the camp and maybe get the jump on the others that are there.
Mhm.
Just take
Okay.
them out.
Just give me a sign when you want me to douse the campfire.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
point to the campfire.
So if we consider for reference, that is the hill, that's the ridge of the hill, and drops down there to this ridge, and that so it's about like 10-15 feet below. So that will be approaching from the north, that's from the south. So you're currently approaching from this side, coming in.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we want to come around and come in. Well,
Yeah.
us three want
So
to come in through there, and then maybe if we have like Boblem, Sariel, Ren.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
maybe if we have a, as opposed to you just pointing to the fire, because then Astra
Oh,
will
we
have to be
agreed.
watching you.
I would squeeze his arm.
Okay, I was going to say maybe a code word.
Right, so who's moving up first? Who's going where?
Should we go in first, or should we get the stealthy ones in position first?
I think we should get the stealthy people in position so we're not just.
Or maybe we should do it at the same time so we don't. if
It
you-
causes
any
a
of you make
distraction while they
noises,
hide.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Then I guess we're doing
Let's
this.
Okay,
It's gonna be
okay.
okay, don't worry.
Right, so those who are sneaking up from the back, if you make a stealth check.
So Astra has his arms like loosely tied behind his back
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and was shot in the shoulder by a crossbow that he
Yeah.
took the bolt out. So his like shoulder is bleeding
Mhm.
through his shirt and he hasn't cleaned it off yet.
What'd you
Adds
get?
to the effect.
8. 4.
4?
18.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you
We are.
as quietly as you can sneak up to the back. You get basically to the ridge. You lean over, and a rock falls down. And
But we're walking
We're
in
walking
at
in.
the same time as those.
yes,
Yeah.
so that's what happens first.
Yeah.
We'll get to what's happening at the same time in just a second. So, Wolf, Boblem, and who else was
Renard
there?
was at the very
Were
top.
they not going to be at the
Oh, yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah, they were going to head round.
Aside-
Oh, right,
and
sorry, I thought you
Ren
meant...
was going to be at
No,
the.
no, no,
Yeah.
we're going to be hidden behind those
I'm right at
rocks.
the top. They're each at one side.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, Boblem, that's you just stepping on a rock and something slipping. Okay? But at the same time, we'll do so...
How's Astra?
Yeah.
Do-
Oh,
On a level 12 there, Cassian.
So what you would see as you're getting closer, you're coming in, pincering in from the sides, you see one of the dog's ears prick up and it begins just sniffing around. Okay?
yeah, no.
Okay. You see the fire in the distance. You start approaching it. And you get to the point where shapes are discernible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to try and see
Okay.
who these people are.
Make a perception check.
Astra's keeping his head down.
15?
Okay. You see 3 discernible shapes.
Mhm.
Looks to be sat down on logs around a campfire.
Is one of them the dwarf I
You
saw?
can't really tell while they're sat down.
We got one.
You see one of them stand up.
And I'll like
Johan!
shove Astra forward.
Is it you? Okay, right, make a performance check.
Not deception.
Oh no,
Not so much immediately. No.
performance is still.
14? 14, you feel like it's passing off well enough,
Okay.
but you can't be certain.
Okay.
Right. You approach the campfire. Have you got Astra like in the middle, or
Yeah, I think between
Yeah.
the two of us, and I've got.
okay? So sort of like frog
I'm
marching.
gonna
Yeah.
like push him to the floor.
Okay.
Stay next
Stumble
to
and
him.
fall
Yeah.
over.
One of them stands up, pulls a hood back. Seems to be just a man with a small battered shield and a short sword. On his back, and they're the only one you found then.
Rest are dead.
Yeah, nice. Sticking down with the rest. You got anything nice on him?
It just seems to be covered in instruments. Bit of a Ponzi one.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, stick him down here.
That's rich.
And I'll pick Astra up and move him over to wherever they gesture to. Do I see, like, are they people in cages or are they just tied up, like...
Make a perception check. Once you get closer, they sort of step out of your way and, like, give you a nod.
14.
14, okay. You can see two... Like there's a lot of, like, bundles of stuff around, like canvases and weapons. There's what looks to be a shattered up cart, which has mostly been turned into firewood at this point. Two bundles which look vaguely humanoid, just sort of bound and lying.
What, they're like their whole bodies are covered?
No, not covered. It's just it's kind of hard to see at the moment.
Okay.
It looks like they're tied and are on their sides on the floor, sort of just like slightly curled up.
So I'm assuming that's the two rangers.
One of the dwarf turns up and looks and, what are we doing? Where are we going? We staying? Gut them, move on. And at this point is when you hear from the side. They all instantly turn. The dog stands up. Are you sure you killed them all? How many were there?
Counted 3. Might have been one more. Lost in the dark.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Deception.
Disgrace.
9.
Is that with advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
10. 4 and a 5.
Oh boy.
I'm sure there were more. Johan?
Squeeze Astra's arm.
Fire goes out.
And I will thunder wave the 3.
Okay.
And whoever's closest to me gets a poison spray.
Okay. You have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've all got dark vision.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we'll resolve those attacks first, and then we'll go into initiative. Okay.
Stealth attacks!
Okay. So for reference, one there, and one has come up to you. Okay. So you could.
So,
you
but,
could
like,
like,
Elyse and
whereabouts
Astra-
are we in the camp now?
well, so
We
you're
moved.
there. This is as you come in.
Well,
I
they
thought we
moved
moved
to the back.
Did we move
hadn't they?
around to the...
Oh, okay.
prisoners?
Good. Okay.
Like we
so the
moved in
prisoners
with
are there.
Astra. Yeah.
Okay. So then.
So I'd say that Elyse and Astra are there, and I've walked up to the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to
The
thunder
logs of the
wave, like...
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And then I guess this guy gets poison spray.
Cool.
Oh, goodbye D12.
No. It's cool, you're not a barbarian, you don't need it.
It's Constitution, yeah, Thunderwave.
Yeah, let me just double check that.
It is.
Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed saving throw, they take 2d8 damage and are pushed 10 feet away.
Okay.
10.
Okay. So roll damage. So one of them goes slamming back and launches into the rock face. You see them go and pretty much go still. I mean, roll damage.
Ooh. Oh wait, did I? I think I rolled the wrong thing. Are those d10s? Yes, they
Yeah.
are. Sorry, I rolled the wrong dice.
So 11.
It's 2d8. No, that's the wrong dice. That's a 7 and a 5, so 12.
Yeah, one of them just cracks against the not cliff face, but the rock face, and a couple of smaller rocks tumble down on him.
Cool.
Okay, in the same instance as the light going out.
Con 13 for the poison spray guy.
Okay, so which one are you targeting?
Closest
close
to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's my last spell. Oh, I've got
That's
this
an
magic
18.
spell, so it's fine.
Is it any damage or half damage?
It's no damage at all, but like my eyes will glint amber and the disguise will drop as I like
Okay.
spray some acid at him that he just ducks out of the way.
He just basically just falls backwards on his arse and then stumbles back up. It's them! Quick!
I'm gonna, sorry, bonus action, I'm flying back slightly.
Okay.
this way.
Yeah. Okay. Clap your hands back together and you allow the force to push you back at the same time and glide. Okay. If everyone else roll initiative. Nice.
Didn't do that yet. 17.
Sorry, I was hungry like the wolf.
Okay, so 25 to 20.
I had natural 20. So.
Nice.
So 21 for you.
Yeah, 21.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You did the first anyway. 19 to 15.
17.
15.
15.
17, 15, 15. Okay.
1.
Okay, 14 to 10. Okay, 9 to 5.
6.
Nice.
7. Ash is over it, it's fine.
Okay,
Baby boy.
Sariel, your instincts are on edge. You see everything with pitch perfect clarity.
And look how calm she is.
Poised and ready to pounce. None of them have noticed. The dog might have been aware of your presence. Actually, yes.
Yeah, we're in
Some dog minis.
You just see the one dog there,
Okay.
actually. Okay.
The dog is where I was.
Yeah. It'd be like around there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hackles down, ready to pounce. Especially if you hear this low growl.
Sick of Sariel. I'm gonna go for this guy.
Okay.
Surprise attacking from behind.
Okay.
Try and knock him prone.
Right. So make an attack.
What would that be for wolf form?
You do
Where's
like
my book?
it was D20 plus 4.
Is that strength
Do
though?
you-
Just
so-
like a
Is it
22.
wolf or giant wolf?
just a wolf. I don't think we can do dire wolf yet.
No, it's dire wolf and giant wolf.
Oh, giant wolf.
There is chance.
Yeah, plus 4.
So that was
Cool, so
22.
22.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, you pounce on him, slam into this this dwarf in what seem to be almost like flowing robes. Okay. You pin him down. 2d4 plus 2 damage.
4.
Yeah, thanks. Plus, what was it, sorry?
2.
7.
Okay. You batter him down. Your jaw just clamping around him.
Nice.
Blood just pours down from his face. He's completely groggy.
Oh, shit.
He's pinned down to the floor. Okay.
He's not prone.
Yeah, he is. Elyse.
Stop. So this guy's still. I killed that one, but he's still standing, right?
Yes, that one is down.
Oh, bye.
Bye, bitch. Lobbing
Yeah.
a firebolt at this one.
Okay.
12.
That hits.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna meta magic re-roll that because that's a 1.
Okay.
A 3.
Okay. How much damage did it do before? You did 12 damage on the other one. The Thunderwave, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. He took half damage from that. Okay, he looks really fucking rough. Boblem and Renard.
I'm guessing Ren has the higher dex.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire a crossbow bolt at
Okay.
the one Sariel's just. Actually, have you pounced on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the other one then,
Okay.
because I don't want to hit Sariel.
Okay.
So that is. Let me find out about my new
I got this
crossbow.
one.
Light crossbows plus 3 to hit. Oh, plus your proficiency if you have it. So plus 5, I believe.
Yeah, 22 to hit,
It sinks into his back between his shoulder blades.
and that is going to be. I swear I just wrote this down. Did I write it on my equipment list?
What damage? That's 1d8 plus 1.
Cool. It was more than that on my sheet.
For a light crossbow. Do you, if you check how much
Crossbow light is 1d8. Mine's plus 2. By
Yeah.
Oh, well, it'll
Okay.
factor in your proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have proficiency, so
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that must have been what it was. So
Because my proficiency is plus 2 with it as well.
5.
Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Nice.
The bolt hits him and he just stumbles forward and silently just drops to the ground.
I think I can action surge to attack again, but there's only the dog left. You know what?
And the other guy.
You can
Sarah's on top.
Sariel's on top of it. I don't want to shoot it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's fine.
Boblem, it's your go.
Can I? Oh, yeah, get a bit closer, but hold action to talk to the dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Just cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
In case I see it's about to pounce or attack, just be like, wait.
Okay. At that point, it's Astra's go.
Ash just going to move his hands and get out of the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Hands up towards the dog to show that he don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's currently just got hackles up. It's just backed up and just snarling against the wall.
Is there a way to get around the dog towards where the prisoners are being kept?
Yeah, you could move around there.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. You go and you see the two figures, one human, one with blue skin, tied, gagged, bound, and just looking up at you with panic in their eyes.
Barrett sent us
They can't say anything. They have the gag in their mouth.
Can I open with the?
Yeah, that'd be an action to like cut
Yeah, I'm just
open
gonna
it.
open.
Yeah, you spend the turn just like sawing at the ropes.
Mhm.
Okay. The one on the ground. Do you make a dexterity saving throw?
But it's the stats of the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of yours.
So
Which has better dex than you,
Yeah,
so.
it's just as well.
Oh.
what was it?
So 4 plus the wolf's dexterity, which was 2.
6. Okay. He's sort of got his hands pinned down below him, but manages to just grab onto your like your front paw and reaches out and burning white divine flame soars out,
Yep.
and burning you, like singeing your fur.
You have the hit points of the wolf. By
Yeah.
The way.
Okay.
You take 1 point of radiant damage.
Oh.
Okay. And then it's the dog's go. The dog basically just backs up, but just growling.
I mean, you no harm. It's okay.
It just looks to you in recognition that you're speaking. No harm.
No
No
harm.
harm.
No harm.
Let go. Run.
Oh, you? You wanna run?
Me.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, you can run.
Okay.
Yeah, go be free.
We don't murder doggos.
You just step out of the way.
Yeah.
You just fucking
That's why I didn't
bolt.
take an attack.
Yeah.
bolts.
Same. I was like, I could aim for the dogs,
Yeah.
but
Turn to
I,
crossbow. Oh,
I
God.
care more for the dogs' well-being than anything.
It just bolt past. If no one stops it, it gets out into the night quickly.
Poor dog just wanted permission to run away.
Could have had a new pet.
You go,
guys.
Boblem.
Hey, it's still out
Be
there.
free.
Okay, Cassian.
Is Sariel still like pinning this guy down?
Mm-hmm. You saw a burst of like yellow-white flame soar up around his hand.
He's still pinned to the ground. I'm just gonna walk up and like point blank arcane bolt his face.
Okay. You have advantage because
So
I believe
much goodnesses.
actually, technically, it's a. Usually it would be disadvantage, but because he's pinned down and you're right next to
Becomes
him.
a straight roll.
Yeah.
15.
15 hits.
Cool.
I'd love so much if he could be missed. Somehow.
Hits the wolf
He
instead.
takes 4 force damage.
Okay. The bolt hits him, and you see his eyes after the impact. His eyes glaze over, and his arm
Oh my god.
drops down.
Well, we're safe now, guys.
Fuck yes. I'm gonna. Oh, do I want to loot or do I want to talk to the prisoners?
I'm gonna loot this guy. He looks magic as fuck.
yeah, same. I want to loot the magic guy.
Well, I'm there
Down, just
first.
climb down the cliff
Okay.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go to the prison.
Are we out of
And-
initiative now?
Yeah. I'll come back.
So Astro's worked on freeing them.
Okay, yeah. You take the gag out of the first one. There's. Thank you. It's the
Isra?
the blue. Yeah, the blue-skinned woman.
Isra? Is that right? Is that your name?
Ezra. Hey, who are you?
I'm Virgin to Astra. We're here to help.
Okay. Did they send you from Genix?
The Barrett told us that we might find you out here.
Oh.
You've been missing.
Yes, it's. We've been with them for a day. They're talking about killing us. Thank you.
I'm just looting the bodies that are next to
I'm
them.
gonna find out what's on this
What?
dwarf.
Okay. You find a pouch of what seems to be spell components. Just some basic like incense, some dust that you don't really recognise. You find you find what seems to be some sort of amulet. It's like a brass disc detailing a dragon, like
Okay.
almost in like an Ouroboros shape. By the way,
Add stuff to my inventory.
Oh, it's super long.
Yeah.
I've just been writing it down and I'll
Don't
add it later.
think. Yeah, if you just write it down. Oh right.
Oh, I'll write it down. What was it? Sorry, amulet with a dragon.
Yeah, amulet with the dragon circling. Make a religion check.
I Chase can make a guess, but who knows if Cassian knows things? 16.
16. You recognise this as a symbol of Pelor. God of light.
Okay.
You find a small amount of silver, amounting to, in total, 4 gold.
Okay.
So technically 40 silver, but 4 gold. Sort of just like burned up and broken patchwork armour underneath these almost robes that he was wearing. Just a club. Like a truncheon almost. And then on the other bandits, they have like scimitars and light crossbows.
Ooh. Fucking love me a scimitar. Is that 2 scimitars then?
Yeah.
And what was it? Crossbows.
Light crossbows. Their armour is sort of just tattered up and torn from
Not
all the
worth
damage.
anything.
Not
Yeah.
worth anything.
Yeah, you imagine the scimitars probably aren't worth much either. I mean, they're usable,
Yeah,
but
but not like
fairly
the best
basic.
quality weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, having looted, I'll go over to the
Mhm.
two
Okay.
guys.
One of them appears to be unconscious.
Astra, as he's been talking, would have been casting healing word on him.
Okay. You see this wound with like big, heavy black bruise on the side of his head start to clear up, and his breathing evens out.
Cool. I'll
And Ezra turns to you then. Let's go, Hannah.
Seeing as we don't have any light at the moment, I'll cast up my dancing lights.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The area
Yeah,
softly
all four of
illuminated.
them.
As he does that, I'll walk over to the prisoners and drop my disguise self, like the
Oh, you
lightning
would've
bolts
dropped
kind
me
of.
Yeah,
No, disguise self doesn't drop the spells. It's not concentration.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I
And-
dropped mine on purpose, but she didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, like, kind of lightning bolts dance, and I go back to my regular form,
Cool.
and I crouch
cool.
down next to the prisoners with Astra.
They sort of reach out and find like a water skin and begin. And Ezra begins drinking it. She's got black hair. She's probably like early 30s, maybe late 20s. This deep blue skin and completely blue eyes.
So no
no
pupils.
No. Her skin seems almost like damp and moist.
I kind of like take a moment to look,
Yeah.
and then take out from my pack like one of my rations and hand it to them.
Yeah, she takes it fairly eagerly and begins like nibbling on it.
Astra stands from them and heads back to the middle of the camp, where he just looks at the fire and the fire comes back to life again.
Yeah, there's what produce flame or.
No, it's resuscitation.
Oh, of course, yeah. You're able to start it burning
So I
again.
put it out as well.
Yeah. You can extinguish or start a small flame, can't you?
We keep the dancing lights off just for like atmosphere.
And
Yeah.
I am going to
Like-
check the perimeter, see if this is a safe
Okay,
place for us to
make
have
a
camp.
perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, can
There was
also
one more
check
dog that
to
didn't
see if the
turn
other
up.
wolf is
24.
around.
Yeah, make it with advantage because Boblem's helping as well.
Okay, higher than 24. No, still
No.
24.
You take about 5 minutes and just basically walk backwards and forwards in like this C shape because you've got the wall of the rock
Yeah,
face
yeah.
behind you. You're fairly certain there's nothing coming close.
We can camp here.
I think we should.
It's already said
I'm-
in camp, so why not?
Yeah,
Are you still in
that's a
wolf
good
form?
idea.
I am, but Sarah was gonna take this guy and start dragging him out, grasp him by the shoulder and
Yeah.
teeth and start dragging him away.
Yeah,
Sariel,
it's easy.
hungry.
It's easy.
It's like taking him away from a camp. I don't want dead people in our camp.
Sariel's the
That's
queen.
fair. It's easy enough to do. You're very strong as a wolf, and you're able to pull them out. And you see.
Was there the other guy as
There
well?
were two.
Yeah, you can do it with all of them.
Yeah, I'll get rid of all the bodies.
I'll just like kick the body to the side and help the Ezra and the other guy up and sort of help them over to the fire so they can sit by the fire.
Okay. It seems like the other one's still asleep.
Oh.
It looks like they've gone from being knocked out to asleep, just basically like stable.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Alright.
At the fireplace, Astra's just silently healing himself as well.
Yeah.
Boblem just goes around to sit with them as well and goes like,
Mhm.
"How are you fellas feeling?"
We've not been doing this long, but we both signed up, At least this happened to us and not anyone else in the village, and thank the gods you came. I try to think what would have happened if you hadn't. I'm grateful.
What were you all looking for out here? We're just doing ranger business.
It's just our job to patrol the area. We'd heard that the bandits were around and attacking people who came through.
Mm.
It's our job, it's our duty to come make sure they're not hassling people too much. We didn't expect this. They had... I don't understand. They trapped us. They came out of nowhere. They were determined, driven. They're not like the usual folk you find hassling strangers on the road. No, there was something about them.
They seem to want something with you.
Not much more than the gold in our pockets, but when they found out we didn't have much of that, I don't think they were going to keep us around long.
There's no use thinking about that now.
No, but thank you. Well, come light, we'll make our way back as quick as we can.
Mm.
Don't worry about bringing us back or anything.
This must be
you're going
yours.
that way.
Ren says as he walks through and just slings the pouch with the 10 gold
Ah,
to them.
It's not my pouch, but
He's going to sit down away from the group,
Mm.
back to the rock face, like away from everyone else.
By the way, there were mentions of a fallen star.
Barrett said
Yeah.
he sent you to investigate it.
yeah, that was sort of one of the things we were checking out at the same time.
Did you find anything?
Not found anything, but we were heading in that general direction. I
Did the bandits mention anything about it?
didn't hear them say anything. It shouldn't be far from here. I think maybe a half day's journey if our
that's what we
estimations are
figured.
correct.
Sarah's going to come back into the campsite as herself with
Mhm.
blood all up her face.
It's very like Princess Mononoke. As she sort of looks you up and down.
Sarah does this,
wraps
like,
herself in her.
drags her hand across the back of her mouth.
Yeah. You recognise the same like blue-green cloak that Barra had,
Mhm.
and one on Kahana as well.
I offer Sariel like a cloth with some water on it.
Thank you.
You want this?
She wipes her face off.
Was that you, the wolf?
That was me.
Ooh. We could do with one of you in the village.
Tiny but mighty.
Yeah, these two can turn into all sorts of things.
Really?
It's cool. This one was a snake earlier.
That was very good.
I'm not sure I believe you. But
Yeah.
Show them.
you know what? I've seen some weird things lately. One of them turned into something as well.
Oh, he won't be doing that anymore.
Yeah, and I point to the necklace and like hold it up, just like we have it now.
That's it. That's what he used. He became some hideous bat creature,
That's awesome.
like
Do
a
you know how
person, like a bat. But
Do you need to know a specific spell or something to use it, or can you just use
I
it?
don't touch that. I wouldn't.
I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
Whatever you do in your spare time.
Still baffles me that y'all can't turn into animals.
Well, now I can.
There's a lot of things about you that are really quite baffling.
Thank you.
Don't be rude.
She's got the right idea.
I'm gonna sit down next to the fire and I take out my book and try to read, but I keep like glancing at Ezra, specifically at her eyes
Mm-hmm.
and skin.
Just
I'm
completely
distracted.
blue. Her eyes are sort of more like
I don't want to
turquoisey.
be rude.
You can see they're glinting off the reflection of the fire.
Mm.
Whereas her skin is much deeper blue. And yeah, you notice, especially in the firelight, almost like she's covered in sweat,
Yeah.
but just droplets of moisture forming all over her face and on her shoulders. Her skin's exposed.
Mm. And would I? There's obviously a connection. Her and the sea captain. What's his name?
Monterey?
Yes.
Monterey.
No, that was the
Beline.
Tabaxi one.
Aline.
Beline. Looks very similar.
I don't want to be rude or presumptuous.
I mean, you can draw a painting. It'll take longer.
No, this isn't. This is research, and I'll just like put it aside. I'm just curious where you come from.
Sanskrit. Not far from here.
That's where we're headed. Are there more people like you in Sanskrit?
Fair number. Never seen so many of us, but it's an interesting place. Be prepared. Not unwelcoming, but just
Unusual.
that's a good way to put it. A lot of people you don't see outside of the walls.
Can you tell us anything about what we might expect going to Sanskrit?
All sorts. You ever seen a turtle?
No. But I've heard of them.
It's like a
What's that?
stand about 7 feet tall. Huge shells, mighty, strong. Like a tortoise walking on two legs that speaks and acts among people. They are people. Interesting folk. A bit. They're slow, but they're wise. They don't get anywhere too fast.
Like my grandparents.
Charming. I mean, I'd be surprised if your grandparents were turtles, but there's a small community of Triton there. You meet merfolk, all sorts.
That sounds really interesting.
It's damp, but I like damp. It's hard to find though. It's through the swamps, and the swamps, they're dangerous, especially for folk like you.
Would you be able to give us some directions?
I can do.
Renard over there has got a map of the area, so maybe you could help with that.
That'll be helpful. She goes up to it. Do you pull it out?
I take the map out.
Pull out your map.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Get another map, Renard.
I hear you going to Sanskrit. I'm familiar with the area. I can
Well,
help you plot a course if you need.
takes out the map. We're actually charting the hills
Oh.
on our way, and looking for that star and a number of other things. We haven't gotten very far with the mapping today, unfortunately, but if
I'm a
there's
bit
anything you do
distracted.
know,
Well, she points out and draws roughly where the mangrove swamps start, and tells you basically to avoid where it reaches the shores, as those are the most dangerous areas, and basically go directly through the middle, and draws like a rough plot line of the quickest way to get there and avoiding some of the swampier parts. And, obviously, if you have a cog or a coracle, some form of small boat, that'll help you a lot. You'll be wading through a lot of water or climbing through trees. The trees start halfway in the water. There's a lot of swamp and marsh, and there's dangerous creatures in there.
What kind of creatures?
Crocodiles, snakes, yuan-ti.
any snakes with. I can't believe I'm saying this. Human torsos?
That's a yuan-ti.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
they're an old civilization. Used to live in a lot of jungles and swamps, and as far as I know, there aren't any around. You don't really find them in Sanskrit, but in the mangrove swamps surrounding it, they're there, and they're territorial.
Sounds fun.
Keep away from them if you see them.
How long have you been out of Sanskrit, working in Genix?
10 years?
We had word from various groups of people that some people don't even believe Sanskrit exists.
That sounds like people who live in the same village their whole life and never see beyond their four walls. I can tell you, it exists.
Does it do trade with
It does,
other
but
cities?
not in the conventional way that Fang or Riven do. It usually keeps to itself. It trades with a lot of the communities and tribes in the swamps and in the forest, and there are arcane users, practitioners in the city. But those who live there don't tend to leave. Not in any malicious way, but
I was gonna
it's
say
a haven. It's a haven for many people who find the environment unwelcoming elsewhere.
What
Right.
kind of arcane practices do they do there?
There's no college as such as Arrakis or further east, but I mean the entire place is on docks.
Mm.
The Lord keeps the entire city afloat by arcane means. The mist that surrounds it, that pervade every surface and every street and every avenue, they're not natural. The city itself is imbued with some element of sorcery.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
It is. I look forward to hearing about your reaction one day, maybe. If you find yourself passing back through Genix, do tell me what you thought.
Yeah, I will.
You
Did she
said
say
that-
the name? Sorry, did she say the name of that guy? What was it? The Lord.
She said the Lord, the Married.
The Married. Okay.
You said it'd be easier to cross the mangroves with some kind of boat.
Yes, but obviously, so you don't have one. You could, I'm sure, fashion some makeshift raft. I would
Right.
recommend.
We can try and make a boat.
We can try and make a boat.
Try.
Doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just I would
Preferably-
advise staying out of the water as much as possible.
And Yuanti, do
Mhm.
they attack us sides, or if we tell them we mean no harm, would they just let us go?
I wish the world was like that.
I wouldn't risk it.
Oh.
I wouldn't risk it.
Do you know
Great.
how many of them there are in that area, or is it just like
I couldn't say.
a
I
whole
couldn't say. There used to be
society of them?
dozens, communities, a civilization even maybe, but there have been all sorts in that area. It's an old part of the world,
Yeah.
and there's all sorts of creatures there. But them I'd steer clear of. If you see snakes around, or if you see snakes carved in the walls of temples sunk into the floor, turn the other way.
Are there many temples?
There are one or two actually. I knew an archaeologist back in Sanskrit who had makes expeditions out into the mangroves.
How is this area still uncharted?
Well,
Must be all the
No one
states.
bothered to bring a map.
people, forgive me, people like you tend not to like going into places like these.
People like us.
Us?
Humans, elves,
Elves?
yourself not excluded, sir, but... Oh, the elves, you know, pointy ears.
What, if you don't mind me asking,
Like
what
you?
kind of...
And them?
I just
I don't
mean that...
know.
I just mean that the... I'm fairly certain you are, sir.
I'm just a boy with pointy ears.
The pointy ears tends to mean an elf,
It
sir.
does denote being elvish.
Have you not noticed how the three of you kind of have something in common?
Oh, well, I just thought it was.
Did your parents have pointy ears?
My mama did.
So you're a half elf.
Wait,
You're giving him a crisis.
Just don't overwork your brain, okay?
Go to sleep, Boblem.
But what I was going to ask is
He's a sweet boy.
I don't want to be offensive, but I've never met somebody like you before.
That's
I was
okay.
just wondering
That's
what
okay. It's,
kind of person
there are... Look, there are commoner races in the world. There are people who are more widespread. There are people who adapt to any environment. Humans, half-elves, dwarves, they tend to. They're around. But places like Sanskra are a haven for those who require a certain sort of climate. Obviously, the high moisture content doesn't do any bad things for Triton, Genasi, Tortles, Merfolk. People of the same kind tend to flock together, if you catch my drift.
I just don't think I've met anyone of those races you've just mentioned, so...
We're few and far
going to meet a
between.
Mm.
There used to be many more of us, but many of us have travelled to other places, other planes.
But it would be nice to have a place that you can all go together.
A place you can call your home.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm going to sleep.
Agreed.
I can
I-
take first watch.
I thank you for what you've done. You've made an
You're
incredible difference.
I'm glad you're safe. And your friend, look at him, is he still asleep?
He's snoring.
No.
Bless.
Astra, you
I don't
can
know.
wake me up when you want to sleep. I'll be fine.
Sure.
When he wakes, and I take out some of the
I would like
excess rations I bought
Okay, yeah.
and pass them over.
Mm-hmm. He sort of does wake up like half clear and looks to Ezra. And, what's going on? Are they gone? She looks back and just gives him a nod. And, take your rest. You need more than I do.
So, as everyone starts going to sleep, Astra's going to do bag business and get his notebook out.
Bag business.
And like get his notebook out and just start
Yeah.
sketching and journaling
Okay.
the day.
Okay. Is someone taking watch?
That's what's, yeah.
Astra.
He's doing it. I was actually going to say I'm not going to go to sleep just yet, but you do whatever you need to do first.
So if you want to make an exception.
16.
16. Okay. You stay up and keep your eyes out, looking past. And you don't see any approaching, threatening figures overnight.
Just does his bag. Rest in his journal.
Does someone else come in at some point and relieve you?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna
not
take
going to go
second
to
watch
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
this.
I was going to
Okay.
just say I kind of stay as close as far as I can. Actually, no, wait, I have dark vision. I don't need to. I'm going to move like right to the back on my own and sit up against the wall, and I'll
Mhm.
take out like a battered old notebook
Yeah.
that has like some like pieces of paper sticking out of it, and like it's all like water damaged and burned and stuff like that in places. And I just take it out and I start like scribbling something furiously. And then one more time take the arcane focus out and just like, I don't use magic this time, I just kind of hold it and I just like hold it in front of me and kind of press my forehead to it.
Okay. You focus and you pull your energy into it. Distant rumble of thunder. North by northwest. The sky just ever so faintly from the distance, like reflect off some clouds. You see
And I look up and I look up and then look back down to my arms and see if
your arms aren't doing anything, but you see your arcane focus. Without you doing anything, you're just holding up on the string. Almost miniature storm clouds circle around it and then dissipate.
Astra,
off in that direction.
Astra seeing the storm is like, oh god.
It looks far away, and it doesn't look like it's coming your way.
Okay.
It's just a very, very distant rumble of thunder.
I just kind of
It's a long time before the flash of lightning. It's a long way away.
I look slightly more cheerful at this, and kind of just go like, okay, and put the arcane focus away, take the pouch off, and I sleep in that corner, and I just
Okay.
like hold the focus to me,
Mhm.
facing the rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever Astra finishes his journaling, just you offered to take them watch, and Astra goes over and sort of. Cassian,
Mhm.
are you alright to take watch if you had enough rest?
Of course.
If you're sure.
There will need any rest.
Okay.
I'll take second watch as well.
Okay.
Okay, if while we're watching, I kind of just sit next to Cassian and go, so, I know you don't want to be bothered right now, but I have a lot of questions.
What kind of questions?
Are you sure I'm an elf?
Same ears.
But,
Pretty much a racial feature.
but doesn't make sense to me. Why would my family say I was a boy? Why wouldn't they say we're elves?
It's not exactly important to everyone. You can. I don't know what to tell you. It's just part of who you are, but it doesn't have to be who you are.
Doesn't change anything, does it?
No, it's just you might have some of the benefits of being of the elven nature.
Like what?
Like, I, for one, don't need to sleep very much. I can just meditate.
Oh, I need to sleep.
Well, that's the human in you then. And, for example, as well, I, myself, am very charming.
When? He's genuinely confused. When?
I put a hand on Bob's shoulder and grip him just a little bit too tight. I myself am very charming, but I cannot be charmed by magic.
Ah.
Sariel's going to sort of roll over and also, having only needed 4 hours sleep, said, "You can't be put to sleep by magic either."
Yeah.
Oh.
Mechanically, you can be charmed, but it's harder. Much harder. But yeah.
Can I also ask, why are you so angry all the time?
I wouldn't exactly describe it as anger.
There's something in there.
How would I word this to our poor sweet Boblem? I've lived for a very long time, and
How long?
Sariel, what century are you in of your life?
I'm in the 130s.
What?
I'm in my 200s.
What? Gee, that's a long time.
I have seen a lot of shit.
Gee, that's a long time.
We can live for a very, very long time.
My parents, they're like 500, 600.
What? Oh, you don't look your age.
I know someone lived to the 800s.
Now that's impressive.
She was a wonderful woman.
You are very speedy for people your age. My mom and pa are not nearly as fast as y'all. But then again, they don't have pointy ears.
There you go.
But did you not say your mother did have pointy ears?
Yeah.
Your story's not adding up.
Yeah, but my grandma, I call her my mom, since she kind of raised me.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse y'all. Just
No,
kind
it's
of
okay.
came naturally.
I love him.
Thank you for answering my questions, though. Hope your anger settles down someday.
I love
I'm
him.
just gonna sit, goes to the other side to keep watch. I keep
Both of you
thinking.
make a perception check as well.
I love Boblem. I want to protect Boblem. I want to see him grow
15.
healthy.
15. Okay.
14.
Okay. You don't see anything approaching in the night.
Don't let me roll. This counts as a long rest, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. Sorry.
Okay. Morning rolls around. As you're stirring, you see Ezra and Gehenna going around the camp, picking what looks to be like they're looking for bits of their belongings in their pack and putting things back in and basically making preparations to leave. But sort of just fumbling about and kind of half waiting around for everyone to get up.
How are you both doing today?
Gehenna pipes up and granted, not our best, but we appreciate what you've done. I can't tell you how grateful we'll be.
Did they take a lot of stuff from you?
Nothing we haven't got back.
Right.
I'd like to give one of them maybe a clip around the ear as well, but what can you do?
I'm glad you're safe and hope that
Thank
you
you.
get
Thank
back
you.
safely.
And Ezra pipes up. Well, your help is very much appreciated. There'll be a warm fire, a meal, and much more for you and Genix, should all of you return.
Thank you. Very welcome.
Stay safe on your travels and
You too. On your way back.
enjoy Sanskra if you go. And at that, Ken sort of looks at her and is like, they go to Sanskra? Yeah. Okay. I wish you well. May the Dawnfather's light shine on you all. They turn and begin to make the way off around the hill. Ken is like limping a little bit, but it seems to be like he's taking a stick from one of them and sort of like using it as a crutch.
Ren gets up and it's just like, Elyse, map. Starts heading towards to get back to the top
Right.
of the hill.
I follow after him. I was still kind of like maybe like half lying down, and as I get up, I kind of and like hold my shoulder, and then just keep going
Yeah.
after him.
Okay.
Are you sure he's not the angry one?
I think there's more than one angry issue in this party.
Make a perception check for being on top.
With advantage.
Ren's not.
We all know it's
The only top in this party is.
Do I need to specify everything?
If you say to be on top, yes.
What the hell? The hell?
Okay, roll to see if I'm on top of it.
Is that with advantage for I am aiding, or do
If
I
you are
also
aiding,
make?
yes.
Cool, 25.
Okay. So mark that down just as a 20.
Cool.
That's the maximum.
Now that it's daytime, can we look northwest? Is there anything visible? Any evidence of?
Make a perception
What
check.
might be?
Like this is another
Can you
specific one.
perceive?
Are you helping me?
Yes.
So this isn't to map the area. This is you're looking for something.
Oh, nat 20! Woo!
Yay!
Yeah, and a
Look
4,
out
but
and-
we ignore that one.
North by northwest, and the horizon is hilly and pretty much the same environment that you're at. But the line of the mangrove swamps is clearer, and you can see it now. And then something catches your eye. Something that isn't the makeup and the silhouette of the hill. You can't make out exactly what it is. It's little more than a smudge on the end of your eye line, but it's not right. It's something that doesn't fit.
It's no discernible shape, it's literally just
Not
like...
at this range, but it caught your eye.
Okay, I'll mark down on the map relatively where I saw
That could be
it.
what we're looking for.
I think so.
Mhm.
I think we should go directly there.
Did you get what you wanted from the blue-skinned lady?
I don't know, really, but it's interesting.
What are you trying to find out?
Oh, that wasn't anything to do with the star business, I don't think.
Because don't go, I didn't notice you were incredibly intrigued with the captain back in Farrelstead.
I'm interested in magical things and magical beings.
Okay.
There's clearly something, unusual about them. I think it's interesting.
Well, we're going to make a survival check, see if we can cut a clear path towards that
Yeah.
shape on the horizon. I don't have a method survival. 5.
Astra!
In fact, Astra,
You can also make a check.
Good morning.
can you come up here, please?
I suppose I can. Hello.
Seeing as you seem to know the terrain,
I've never been here before, sure.
can you see that shape?
I point it out.
Once you point it out, yeah, you're able to see it.
We think that's where we're headed.
Oh,
Can you
right.
figure out a safe, fast path for us to get there?
I'm not sure.
Nope, 12.
12. It's not as easy as before. You're definitely going to have to go up and down over a couple more hills and probably cross through 1 or 2 more streams, but you could probably make it there. Definitely within the day.
I don't think it's too far away. It's just a little bit more treacherous terrain than the one we just crossed. It's a few more rivers, which I'm not entirely keen on, but... Whew, okay.
We can do this.
Fine, let's get ready, let's get moving as fast as possible.
Cool.
While they're doing this, can Boblem sit for a bit and like work with the morsel and stuff to keep working on the
Oh yeah,
potion?
by this point, because you would have the evening before as well, even like before everything with the bandits. By this point it's finished and ready to brew, and you decant it. So like strain it through, and you have this shimmering amber red vial, corked and stoppered.
Oh, it'd be interesting if you saw it right now to display what it looks
Oh,
like.
actually, we have Bob's Sweet Tea.
Sweet t-shirt.
Bob's Sweet Tea T-shirt. Available in our store right now. With art by Becky and featuring Cat's character. You too can look this good.
Nice.
Boblem, yeah, so you have a regular healing potion. Okay.
Nice. I'm assuming, Ren, you've headed down the...
Yeah,
to the
as
camp.
soon as I said that, I was just going straight back.
Cool, I assume so. I'm gonna just put a hand on Astra's arm and be like, are you okay? I didn't get to check in with you after everything. You took a bolt and everything.
So did you?
Yeah, but I'm always okay. How are you?
Physically fine. Not too happy with events, but I have to keep going on with this and
Yeah.
with all of you.
So you have to be tough to live out here.
Mm.
You can't let things like that phase you too much. You know?
Yeah.
Says me.
What about you?
I'm doing better. But I was wondering if you could do me a favour quickly. And I turn around and the shoulder where the bolt hit me, I like pull back the cloak and part of my tunic. And you can see like there's obviously the bolt wound and like the very edge of some kind of like purple tinged kind of veiny wound. Just like this it's an old wound, it won't go away. I was wondering if maybe you might be able to do something about it.
I'm not sure, but I can certainly close up that one and I can try my hardest. Don't think I can try. Give me a second. As he's speaking, there's healing of your skin knitting back together with a bolt wound for healing ward.
Yeah. Does it have any effect on the purple
It has
wound?
some effect. You get that this is probably a wound of a higher impact and potentially some arcane involvement as well. So
Do I see it like...
the magic does begin to knit together, but slower. This almost like vapor, like just comes off.
It seems to be having a very small effect, but if you'd like, we can take time every day to do something about it.
It does
just,
alleviate some of the pain,
Just don't.
some like residual pain.
Cool. Yeah, just don't tell the others. I don't want anyone to think I can't handle myself. And you know.
I think out of everyone...
Yesterday was an anomaly.
Don't worry, I won't tell anybody. But you're one of the strongest people I've ever met. So,
I don't know about that.
I do.
Thanks.
Sure.
I'll cover it back up
Okay.
and head back down to camp with Astra.
Right, pack up, we're getting moving.
Yes,
Mhm. You take your way off, and the hills are flattening out slightly. They're not as steep as some of the previous ones. The streams that you're crossing are narrower as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we're going, having written in his journal and now spoke with Elyse, Astra's got a little bit of his pep back.
Okay.
And he, as they're going, just starts being a bit happier.
Okay.
I'll be up front with Astra, like compass in hand and everything.
Okay. As you get to the top of each hill Each time you get closer, so like every like half hour, 40 minutes, the shape on the distance becomes a little bit more clearer. The smudge of the horizon becomes the clear boundary of the mangrove swamps. You reckon you could maybe reach it by tonight, perhaps? Depends how fast you push it. It's kind of hard to gauge at this distance, but
If we reach the mangrove swamps, haven't we missed the star?
you are heading in the direction of what you believe is the star.
Okay, fine.
Could we maybe find some higher ground now that we're a bit closer and
Yeah.
get a better look?
The thing that you're moving up close to is before the mangrove swamps. The mangrove
Okay,
swamps are
fine.
quite
Yeah.
still way behind that, but they're clearing your vision. Okay. About half the day passes and a light rain is coming in at this point. You're not bothered by any more creatures. You see small wildlife elements, but nothing threatening you. You get to probably about 3-4 kilometres away, and you crest one more hill, taking in a sort of final sight of the hills, the stunning scenery, the blues and the greens, and the shimmering water before really making the last leg of your journey out of the flooded hills into the swamps. And there are patches of trees and woodland which are appearing near you within the next few kilometres. But you look out, and Elyse and Astra at the front make a note of what you're seeing on the distance, and a couple of kilometres from you, and what you can probably determine to be a crash site. Just shapes of something broken and shattered everywhere, and the landscape looking deformed and broken.
That doesn't look like what I thought a star looks like. What do you think?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen anything like that? It almost looks like a building.
It doesn't look like a building as such, but it's
But that's
just
never seen
yeah,
anything
it's
like this.
non-organic shapes. And whereas the terrain has been very nice rolling hills, there's just something breaking up this
How
horizon.
far away is it from us at this point? Like,
Currently,
how
probably
long-
about like 2 kilometres, 3 kilometres, so like less than half an hour. Half an hour's walk, probably, given that you're in difficult terrain.
I think we must have missed the star. This doesn't look
Well,
like
Astra, it wasn't a star.
everyone was saying it was.
That's what they thought it was.
What you think it was?
You think that fell from the sky?
And I'm walking towards it.
Yeah.
Elyse.
I run after her. I'm very excited to see what this is.
You sort of tumble down
Yeah.
to the bottom of the hill and like splash through some of the low like the water levels and wetlands. And as you get closer, see cresting out of the water, you see a sight that you didn't expect, where you'd anticipated like a crater and a lump of rock. You see before you a disarray of splintered wood, tattered linen, and twisted metal. What looks like a destroyed structure is embedded into the surface of the hill at a steep angle, with debris just scattered and thrown around the surrounding area. It takes you a second, but this looks like a ship. Specifically the prow of a ship, the front half. Plunged into the ground and mostly waterlogged. The remnants of a mast are tangled up in a mess of rigging, and the hull itself looks torn in half. You can't see the half of the ship anywhere.
It looks like a boat. It's just a frigate. What's it doing out here?
Do you know more than you're letting on?
I'm going. Is there any way I can get into the
You
wreckage?
can try. You get close, and you see the sections of the hull that aren't submerged underwater are covered in scorch marks, in a pattern that looks like the branches of a tree or veins almost, just spread out over the whole thing. The deep gouges in parallel lines of 3 are torn into the deck and across the hull. The planks and boards are shattered, burnt and mostly destroyed. Sails and rigging are just a tangled mess.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this was some sort of arcane
Yeah.
catastrophe?
One other thing you see, what looks to be the remnants of some like copper cage.
6.
Okay, I twisted through yeah, like some copper cage is twisted through the balustrade of the ship, all like deformed and blown out almost.
Is there anything inside it at all?
Make an investigation check.
I would like to run after her.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that.
Red is straight on.
13.
Okay. You step on board and one of the planks creaks and you hear responses.
Do I recognise the noise at all?
sounds like something is inside the ship.
Elyse, step out and talk to us.
So the rest of you are on like the surface,
Yeah.
on the ground. Elyse has just taken a step onto the ship.
Like everything in me wants to just go and
You
investigate,
hear it
but
get louder.
and I step off the ship back
And
to the
then-
I
others.
put a hand on her shoulder and just.
From round the side as well, you hear an echoing.
I don't think we should.
We should back away.
What's this all about?
I have work to do. I need
Before
to
it-
investigate this.
And something crests up from behind the ship, winged and silhouetted against the sky. You can't really fully make out what it is, but what seem to be leathery scaled wings and abomination of a silhouette in between what's almost like a feline shape, a long tail curving past it, which turns into scales and segmented and hooked and pointed.
What
It's
is
like you ought to roll initiative.
Is this one of the creatures I read about in the book? In
No.
okay.
Worst
my
initiative.
roll so bad.
So, 25 to 20.
20?
Oh, okay, one person.
Oh yes, the fighter versus the flying creature.
It's got a crossbow now. It's fine.
Okay, 19 to 15.
17.
Okay, 14 to 10. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, 9 to 5.
6.
5.
What is there?
4.
Wow, guys!
4 as well.
Get wrecked.
Borked.
But hey, it can only
That's
fit in the
okay.
order once, right?
Yeah.
And as it has many, many attacks.
Or friends.
Or friend.
Well, you did hear more than one.
No.
Okay, so Renard, you're up first as this ungodly silhouette lights up from behind the crested prow of the ship, beating these enormous wings. It's currently silhouetted against the sun, so all you can make out is this strange shape, these large like draconic reptilian wings, this tail that curls round like a scorpion's, and almost like a lion's or a jaguar's body, but huge. You heard the splintering of wood as it like launched off from behind, and you hear something from basically underneath everyone as well,
Okay.
because there's like a slight space to get into the cavity under the ship as well.
Cool. I immediately back up, so whatever I can hear underneath me is less underneath
Okay.
me. I can step off the back. Can I come round to the side of the
Yeah,
wreckage
yeah.
and like half hide?
Yeah, you can get into cover.
Renard is out.
You can take your action to hide, or you can just like slide into cover.
I'm sliding in. I'm not
Okay.
actively hiding. As I'm moving, I go, I guess we're killing this thing, right? And raise the crossbow.
Okay.
And
You, as you get there, you do notice there is what seems to be an overturned ballista at the prow of the ship, which is like half sunk into the mud,
okay.
but could probably be moved, like rotated in spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Can I continue moving to that? Do I have enough movement?
You move like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I
You could
can't.
just get to it. Yeah.
Okay, just get to it.
6.
Then, in which case, I'm going to try and use this move to move that and aim it.
Okay. So that'll be your action to move, like to make a strength check, basically, and try and get it out of the mud and like rest it onto the side.
Why can't we just leave?
22.
Yeah, you're able to like rest over, and it lands on its feet. You hold this huge thing before you, and sort of.
Nice.
Nice. I'm
Okay.
guessing we're killing this
Okay.
thing.
No, we've. Oh. You can
Okay.
leave, but I'm not.
As you say that, Astra, the thing screeches, and something shoots out from its tail. Okay. I'm gonna need. So first off, what's your AC?
My AC is 13.
Okay. One of them swings past you, and this spike, about 4-6 inches long, embeds itself in something behind you. Okay? Your AC?
11.
11. One comes towards you, you see it coming, you duck, and it sinks in behind you as well. Elyse, what's your AC? 14, another one. They all miss.
Well, it certainly wants to kill us.
We've trespassed in its home. We just need to leave.
Okay. Sariel, it's your turn.
I'm gonna first off move a. Hang on, how much is the range on that? 60 feet.
You have the range.
I'm less than 60 feet away from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, I have the range.
Sariel has the range.
So I'm gonna hold up both my hands and cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay. Sariel begins an incantation and moves her hands in a way, driving forward a spell. Suddenly the thing seems to ignite in this purplish flame, which is sort of translucent and not really there, but makes the creature much easier to see, okay? Where it was a silhouette, you now see a lion's body, which seemed to be a dragon's wings, a scorpion's tail, and this hideous human face atop the lion's body.
Now we can heal
That's not what I thought it was.
Twisted and contorted, howling at you, these two enormous tusks poking up, and this ring, this almost halo of spikes and cones all around it.
It needs to.
The face itself is about that big.
I don't
Thing is
like
huge.
that.
It needs to do a Dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw.
What's your DC? 12. It is illuminated. You all have advantage to hit it.
Nice.
Thank you, Sariel.
That one on there as a reminder.
Can I go on its head?
Yeah.
on its head
That's
like
its
the
halo.
halo. Nice.
Well, his little
And
people
then-
face.
Then I'm gonna. No, I'll just. I've not got anything I can do as a bonus action.
No, that is a great spell.
Yeah.
Nice.
You've all got advantage
So
to hit it, okay? As it's just illuminated in this like purple violet light. Okay. Elyse,
Okay, dumb question. Do I recognize the creature?
make
at
an
all?
Arcana check.
18.
18. You've certainly heard myths of manticores before. And
Manticore!
this fits the description. I don't know what that was. But
It's an Ninja 6 party song!
you recognise this from drawings and stories as a manticore, but you've never seen one in person.
Okay.
I don't know what a manticore is either.
A creature.
Okay.
So, given that we have advantage,
You've heard of a manticore before, in a very different context as well. But
yeah.
we'll get to that later.
Any inkling of elemental weaknesses?
You wouldn't know.
No. Okay.
You know the name manticore as a group.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there more of the ship that I might be able to like fly up onto?
No, so that's basically, it's slightly elevated. That's where it's like plummeted into. Beyond that black line, there's no more of the ship. So you've like just climbed onto it.
Okay.
You could delve deeper into it.
But the manticore is like inside the ship, basically.
There might be
on top
another
of
one
it.
inside.
I mean, this one.
That one's flying.
Okay.
But you did hear another growl from inside.
I'm gonna second level Chromatic Orb of Lightning,
Okay.
and I pull out the Arcane Focus and I like whip it around, and just.
You launch it forwards, and it illuminates in this light which you have never seen before. And the light is reflected off all the surfaces around you as well. You swing it forward, this bolt of lightning shoots out, and it strikes the creature, but also arcs off, and is just bouncing and dancing
have
off
to
the
roll?
surface. No, you do.
Okay. It's the creature. I was like,
Well, because like it'll still hit, it might just not hurt it.
right. Okay.
But it is, the ship is just crawling with residual electric energy, especially around this torn out cage.
Oh yes, 19 plus. So that's
hit.
25.
That hit. It strikes it square in its chest and it howls and shoots
And
back.
I'll bonus action Tempestuous Magic, and as I'm flying back, you can see like there's like residual electricity flying off me, and like patches of my skin turn kind of dark blue purple as the veins illuminate and crack my skin, and I just
Cool.
backwards and land like in a cool Iron Man
Is it hard in
pose.
here? Yeah, you 3-point landing it. Okay, roll damage.
Let me check for level 2. 4d8. Hang on. Sorry.
Need help mathing?
More. No, it's not that. Can I use one of your d8s?
Yep.
Which one?
This one.
Because I think I want to re-roll one of those. But I just want...
As your
Cool. I'm
sorcery
gonna.
magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna meta magic re-roll my one.
Okay.
2 or 5. Cool.
Nice.
So that's 10, 17, 19.
19. Nice.
Thank you. My dice are a mess.
Cool. Okay. Cassian, you see this display. You see the ship around you just dancing in static lightning.
This is fucking incredible.
It illuminates the space underneath. You see another pair of eyes in the hold underneath. So basically, underneath there. Okay.
We have more friends, it seems.
Then maybe it's its nest and we should leave.
It doesn't belong to it.
Okay.
How do you know that?
So you're shouting this out over electricity.
Oh yeah, everything's waiting. It's my go. Oh god. I was just like, no, I'm so far back in the order, and my turn will never come.
No, we're all far back in the order.
I would like it to make a wisdom save, DC 13, please.
Ooh, okay. It does not make it.
It does not make it. Okay. Nothing seems to happen around Cassian, but inside this creature's mind, an operatic woman's voice comes in and just crescendos to like ear-piercing volume, and it takes 4d6 psychic damage. Thank you very much.
Nice.
So that's 7. That's another 5, 12 points.
Okay, it lets out this unearthly howl. And just shrieks, and you see it just batting its wings, and one of its paws come up, and it starts batting at its own head. How much damage did you say, sorry?
There was
Go on,
12.
description. Okay.
12 psychic.
Okay.
What was that?
That's Sinking Song, which is Astra's spell, but with Cassian's name.
That's dope.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. What's it? Dex? Okay. Next one. You see a shape manifesting.
Oh, and I back up towards Elyse.
And
As I'm
the
casting
second
that.
one appears
Oh.
out from underneath. You see first this head, this old man's face, but contorted and twisted. These 2 tusks coming up, like one of the tusks like piercing where its nose is clearly grown through. This cone, this halo of spikes behind it, followed by these 2 wings, which as it comes out, unfurl. Each of the end of the wings tipped with these spikes, which dig into and rake against the surfaces of the wood, prowling out these muscular shoulders, this heavy feline body, just followed by this curving scorpion's tail coming up over it. It looks around, sees you, it pounces towards you.
Tight.
It bites while you just snap back, and you see the jaws, this human face just close right in front of you. It leans back, comes back in, and swipes at you with its claws. Yeah, those both hit. Yeah, we.
So you had a bad day.
You take 15 points of slashing damage.
How many?
15.
Cool.
Because it slashes you twice.
Nice.
Okay, and then it is your go next. Boblem, you're up after that.
I'm gonna step back away from it, and as I do,
Are you staying within melee range or are you moving out?
Like you can action to disengage, but you can't do.
but I
other
want to
action.
do. Yeah, I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers on it. Can I make a DC? Can it make a Whiz 13s?
Okay, so you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that fails as well.
Oh shit!
No, so it fails.
Oh, it fails.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
These things ain't wise.
Okay, thank God. So yeah, he's just staring it dead in the eyes, and as he does, the sound of him just saying, "Please leave me alone. I don't want to have any part of this."
Okay. But you know, as it manifests, it's just layers and layers, and this cacophony of your voice echoing in its head. You see its eyes widen.
13.
30. Okay. Boblem, it's your go. Renard, you're up next.
As Boblem sees his attack Astra, he just reaches out, goes to the moon, and casts Moonbeam.
Okay,
like exactly here.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to stick here? Do you want a D4? Stick that down where it is.
Moony D4.
Okay. You see these grey clouds have been forming, opening up again, and this pale white beam of silvery light open up.
Like right in between the here, so it doesn't get to Astra.
Okay, yeah, no, you can do it on the the
So
cube
now I
that
can
Astra's in.
find
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so
That's fine.
it gets to that thing.
Okay. So what's the save?
It is Constitution.
And it's an 11. Does it succeed?
No, mine is spell save DC is 12.
Okay, nice. You see as it steps out, takes these slashes, this pale silvery white beam of light opens up again, and you see it. This silver light burns and sizzles the back of its head.
It takes 2d10 damage. 7. 2. Okay, so 9.
9. Okay. Okay. Alright, well done. Renard.
I fired the big ass crossbow at the one that's like
Okay, so you make an attack with that. Okay, so just make an attack roll.
at advantage because it's very far.
Yes.
Cool. That is
And add +3 to your attack.
16.
16? Okay. You get yourself into position, push it down, pull back the crank. I mean, it's not far off from where you are, but it's hard to get a sort of bearing on the weight and movement of this thing. You find the catch and this resounding crack, and this bolt about 1 meter long soars through it, hits the creature. If you roll 3d10.
16.
16, okay. It lets out this shriek and is battered away. It's still keeping itself in the air, but it's basically just pushed out and is forced to the side, has to beat its wings furiously to keep up in the air.
I am going to action surge
Okay.
and run at the other one that's facing away from me and make an attack on that.
Okay, make an athletics or acrobatics check to vault over there.
8.
8. Okay, you try and get over. Actually, because you got less, that would be half your movement. So yeah, you can still get over to the other one.
Okay.
Stab it in the butt.
Okay, make an
Right
attack.
up the butt.
Sec. Let me just look at what I have here. Cool. Attack is 16.
16 hits.
Cool. And I'm going to add my precision attack superiority die to the damage here.
Okay.
So that is 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay, it's looking rough. You hack and slash and take a chunk out. And it...
I would like to specifically hack at the wings.
Okay. Second one is up. It's going to fly to around there. So that's still the advantage. And as it does, its tail curls around it. It shoots 3 tail spikes at you, Boblem.
Poor sweet Boblem.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a boy.
What's your AC?
11.
Okay. You facing the other way, just this movement as it soars around, and you feel 3 things hit you in the back, like being punched, and you're thrust forward.
Oh.
Okay? You take 18 points of piercing damage. Right. Your breath is just pushed out of you. You drop to your knees, but you're able to pull yourself back up. You reach back, and you feel 3 things sticking out of your back. Okay? Sariel. So you'll go.
So I'd like to turn and... How much is the range on this thing? What's the range?
What's the range?
Oh no, I could just do it from here. So I'm going to turn to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That
gonna,
was looking really rough, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Ice Knife at level 2.
Okay.
So she's conjuring up her hands in this sort of formation, swirling her hands together, and it's as if the condensation in the air forms a sort of,
Coalesces. Yeah.
comes together to form like this crystalline knife, which she flings at this guy here who
Yeah.
just attacked Boblem.
Okay.
It's with advantage still, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank God. That's plus what?
Be your spell attack modifier. So it'll be proficiency
+4.
plus
8.
8 arcane. It just whizzes past.
Damn it! That could have been really cool.
Sorry.
You still got to mark it all as cast.
Yeah, I know.
Would have been cool.
Okay. Elyse, it's your go.
Cool. I'm seeing that she's just missed it. I'm gonna step around Cassian and Chromatic Orb at level 1 this time. That one.
Okay. Make an attack with
Lightning
advantage.
again. Not great. 16.
16 hits.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I again just like allow the arcane focus to float up beside me, and I kind of draw the electricity out of it, form it into an orb, and just.
Cool. Roll damage.
So that's gonna be 3d8 this time. 10.
10. You pull lightning together, and before the orb fully gathers all its power, lightning arcs off from the struts and the cage and the mast of the ship and join together. You pull your hands back and launch it forward. You blast it out of the sky.
Fuck yeah! I just kind of go like.
You hear this howl and this splash, and just see it just disappear beyond view, beyond the other side.
Cool.
Its blackened body is
I'm just
strewn
watching
across
Elyse the entire time, like.
And I'm gonna
Better
again
not awaken anything.
bonus action tempest measure. I'm flying around here.
Okay. Cassian, it's your go,
Yeah.
and then Boblem and Astra, you're up soon.
Just sort of smile at Elyse, like. I really hope this is worth it, because this is very cool. And fire arcane bolt at the.
Okay.
one still around. 9.
9. You attempt to, but it
Yeah.
bats out of the way.
And then using my movement, I will back the fuck away.
Yep. Okay.
Squishy mages.
That one is going to attack. It's going to continue making attacks at you.
Okay.
In his turn, doesn't he take
Yes.
one beam damage?
Yes. Sorry.
Is it at the beginning or the end of its roll?
Oh,
It's at the
It'll
beginning.
be the beginning.
so 2d10.
And that's it. That's it.
It does save, so it'll take half damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. 10. 8.
Nice.
18, so 9.
Okay, nice. Okay. Pale silvery light still burning it. It slashes at you twice. What's your AC?
11.
11. Both of them hit.
Cool.
Okay, and then it's going to launch a bite as well.
Cool.
13. Okay.
13 damage.
No, that's to hit.
Okay.
So I haven't done the damage yet.
Cool.
So the
problem.
2 claw attacks.
Mhm.
You take 16 points of damage.
Okay. So everyone would see Astra just sort of blink and then fall.
Okay. So is that on the foot? Because that's actually, yeah. How many hit points did you have?
6.
You had 6. Okay, so the first one knocks you out.
Mhm.
Okay. Second one, you go down. You lose a death saving throw.
Astra was so low.
Okay. And as you drop to the floor, it pulls its head back and just takes a bite.
Cool.
You lose a death saving throw. Okay.
No.
Okay,
Is that
so I'm not
just
gonna
one?
roll-
Is he one down?
2 down.
Oh my god.
Okay. Astra, it's your go.
Cool. Down. I don't. Oh my god!
Death save left.
I need you to make a death saving throw.
Oh no! Oh my god!
I'd rather not. Even my D&D Beyond's like, oh, I didn't even realise Astra was low on health.
It has 3 attacks. That's multi-attack.
Because it did all his attacks on him the first round as well.
Right, how do I do death saving throws?
Just roll a d20.
Oh my
No
god.
modifiers.
And it's
Straight
above
roll.
what?
Above 10. You lose consciousness. Boblem, it's your turn.
Can I pour the healing potion in Astra's
I'll say,
mouth?
because you two both go at the exact same time, I'll say make a dexterity check to see whether you do something healing before that happens.
Oh, a dexterity check.
Yeah.
12.
You needed a 10. Okay.
How
Because you all had initiative 4, and that's why I'm saying making the dexterity check. See if you can get in there, because as it makes the 2 attacks,
Yeah.
so it hounds down Astra, batters him down to the ground, and you see Astra just beginning to roll back and fall. You catch him, you pop the cork off your freshly made potion, and just fucking jam it down his throat. Okay?
Get more gentle than that.
Pour it out. It's your entire action to do that. Astra, you just stabilise. You're on 0 hit points.
Oh my god.
Gotta kill it, gotta kill it.
But you are stabilised.
Oh my god. So that's Boblem's turn.
That's Boblem's turn. Renard, it's your go.
Okay. Seeing this, I duck under its wing, pull off my gloves, and grab Astra's face, and you regain 3 hit points.
Okay.
Turn round and slash at it.
The course of divine energy flood through your face, and your eyes open. You see the creature directly above you. You're basically cradled by Boblem, who's looking directly into your face, terrified, but also bleeding a hell of a lot. Make an attack.
That is 15 to hit.
15 hits. You're gonna give you a really big hug after this.
I'm going to use precision attack again and do double damage. That's that plus that. Come on. 6. 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
Is it looking rough?
A little bit, but it's still got a fair bit of fight left in it.
Has it had the moonbeam damage from Boblem?
It took that at the beginning of its turn.
Oh, okay. In which case I will also cast moonbeam.
Okay. The moonbeam swells in size and intensity.
That's
It fails. Roll damage.
cool. That's 2d10s, isn't it? Come on, 10 radiant damage.
10 damage. Okay. It's looking fairly rough. Elyse, it's your go. Cassian, you're up next.
Is this creature too big to thunderwave and push back?
What size does it say you can do?
My hands are so sweaty, D&D.
You also have a lot of your allies in the way.
Yeah.
But you can shoot it in a line.
Oh, okay.
Thunderwave? No, it's a cube.
It's a.
going
I
through
thought
you.
it was like a fat
No, it's not a
cone
cone.
shape.
It's a cube.
Oh, I thought it was a cone. Okay. I'm dumb. It's.
You could.
It just says each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make.
Yeah. So basically, imagine a 3x3 grid. You're in the center of one of the faces. So it's like a wall
Okay.
going out from you.
Okay.
in the middle.
So that would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I have no ability to heal. Could I grab Astra and Boblem and pull them back?
Both of
Give
them,
an
no.
opportunity attack.
One of them, yes, and it'd probably get an opportunity tag against it.
What if?
I've ran there now in front of it as well. Right in front of it.
Yeah, you did say you were.
Would I be strong enough to carry someone with me using my tempestuous magic? Because that doesn't provoke opportunity attack. So could I like run in, cast a spell, grab Astra, and
Doesn't
fly
provoke
back?
an opportunity attack on you,
Okay.
but it will probably provoke one on someone else.
Okay.
if you're
So that
carrying
seems too risky.
Do as much
considering-
damage as you can.
Yeah,
to kill
exactly.
it
That
before its
seems
next
too
turn.
risky. Okay. Chromatic Orb of Lightning again.
What level?
Level 1.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 9.
You see Astra go down, and you're shaken.
Yeah.
Can't concentrate. You wildly cast one off. It goes wide and splinters against the.
And you can see she's
the rest
like
of the ship.
breathing heavily, and there's like crackles of electricity kind of.
Okay. Cassian.
I hope this is worth it. Bonus action, Siren's Curse,
Mm-hmm.
and then action, drawing off that energy into my wand, fire another arcane bolt.
Okay.
That's a 20 to hit, not a crit, but a 20 to hit. Cool. That's 10 force, 5 necrotic.
Nice.
You have the floor.
Yes!
Watching my allies, acquaintances, fall and break before me, I steel myself and I let loose my curse and I just concentrate on that darkness and, as Boblem said, that anger that I hold inside me, and just big fucking crackle right down its horrible throat.
It moves, it pulls its head back, brings its face forward to, you presume, snap down on Astra again, potentially ending his life. And as its jaws open, this face somehow split far wider than any right to. This bolt of arcane energy soars down its throat and blasts a hole in the other side, soaring through. You just see this little spotlight of light open up on Astra's face as it crumbles to the ground.
And I run up besides Boblem.
Yeah, running up as well.
Yeah. As you're in Boblem's like arms, he just like hugs you really tightly, Astra, and just goes, "Please don't scare me like that again."
Yeah, I run up to them as well.
Turning around, getting right up to Astra, I dig out my last greater healing potion, and uncap it and just put it to your lips.
You drink it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 44 plus 4.
I'm not very good at medicine, but I would like to try and get the giant barbs out of Boblem's back.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
4d4. I don't.
Oh, 15.
15, yeah, you're able to slide them out, each one.
Sorry about this.
Thank you. Mighty kind of you.
It still hurts, and there's wounds left in his back now, each one about an inch.
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't do anything about this.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So how 1d. So you both get 8 points back.
Yes. I was down to 1. Oh my god. But he wouldn't have said anything because there were other matters that happened.
Glass cannon party!
Oh, cast the party! That one. Okay.
Someone please reroll a barbarian.
As soon as Astra's taken the potion, I just put my hands up and I walk away from them. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
I take back what I said before. I don't run over to him. I actually just stay standing there with the arcane focus like no longer activated, hanging from my arm, but with like crackles of electricity. So
It's still
just staring at
glowing
Astra and Boblem.
bolts of electricity still.
Yeah,
After I've helped Boblem, I would like to turn around and go address Elyse.
I'm just staring at Boblem and Astra, just like despondent, but my eyes are like fully white, and I'm just like nothing.
Hey, Thunderstone. Doing alright?
Nothing. Doesn't respond.
Just kind of puts a hand on her shoulder. Stay with us now.
It doesn't hurt you, but static electricity like jolts you.
As if that's gonna bother Cassian.
And she turns to look at you, and the eyes are still like white, and you can start to see like blue veins kind of crackling through them. She doesn't say anything.
You're going to be so kind as to tell us what's going on now?
If I knew, I would.
Alright.
I have work to do. And I'll push away from him, and I'm back into the ship.
Okay.
I would like to catch your hand as you're going. Not to stop you, but to go with you.
Okay. Cassian turns and walks with you, and you step onto
I'm
them.
not holding your hand, I'm just holding you by the wrist. Like, not quite friendly, but
Okay.
supportive.
She's very confused.
Before we get into that, is there anything anyone else is doing?
Astra is just completely shaken, crying.
Oh god, can I
Quietly.
try and comfort Astra? Like,
Yeah.
hug Astra to. No, Boblem hugs Astra to himself, being like, "It's okay.
Completely clings to you.
It's okay. It's okay. You're okay."
Mm-hmm. Okay. The rest of you two step onto the ship, and it creaks and moves slightly with you. What are you doing?
I want to go to the golden cage first.
Sort of like a brass. It looks like it's
Sorry, yeah, the golden
Torn out.
cage.
as if from the inside out.
So it's been like torn open. Is there any evidence of what used to be inside it?
Make an investigation check.
I would like to generally sort of investigate and check for
Natural
magical
20.
stuff. Excellent.
Okay. If you roll investigation as well.
Sure.
It looks like it is just covered in burn marks and scorch marks. It is very familiar to you.
16 for the ship in general.
Okay. You find evidence of a struggle. You find marks of blood, an abandoned bag. You find scratched out mostly, but towards the prow of the ship, what is clearly a nameplate which is just VER. The rest of it torn apart by a scratch.
What's in the bag?
Seems to be basic adventuring supplies. It's rations, a map of a city you don't recognise, it looks to be some research notes,
Okay.
and then just adventurous supplies like rations, water,
Okay.
rope.
I hold on to it. I know who I want to divvy these out to.
I'm using my natural 20. Can I see anything else above deck?
You
Business.
you see that same nameplate,
Yeah.
but you know exactly where to look, and you know what you're going to find before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh
Well done, everyone. Everyone for just surviving.
my god!
Thank you for joining us on this adventure.
The trauma!
Oh god, we're
This
all
is
black.
life of the party.
Oh, it was
We're all black for Astra's funeral!
the funeral by Band of Horses starts playing.
Not today.
We are life of the party. NyxRising Industries. We will be back soon.
Hope
Thank
you
very
cried!
much.
Because I sure cried! I'm so sorry!
I'm so sorry. It wouldn't have done anything else.
I know, it makes sense.
I had you in his grasp. I was
I
like
know.
probably gonna knock him out. And,
No, I was already on 6 from that 15.
yeah.
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 Bye guys! We love you!
Hello, adventurers. It's JD, your Dungeon Master. Thank you for once again joining the party on their adventure. We hope you're enjoying our new weekly episode schedule, as we'll be posting a new episode every Wednesday from now on. This week was special and intense, but the adventurers have leveled up to 4. A huge thanks to this week's top supporters on our Indiegogo campaign, Sarah Schlegel and Olivia McElveny, and to our executive producers Caitlin Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Emily Hogarth, and Liam Moran. Your help gave us advantage this week. Until next time, thank you for being a part of our story. We love you very much. We'll see you on Wednesday.